Hi, I'm Mary Kate Sovran, and this is the TE150 Daily Report. In this section of TE150 Daily Report, we are going to investigate how resources, crime, and neighborhoods in the Flint area promote and inhibit students living in the district. According to Mailer Walling, why Flint is having challenges within its city is due to economic issues and public safety problems. Allyson Peller has been a teacher in Flint school districts for over 5 years. She has been doing numerous amounts of research on the resources availability in the Flint area. Here.
Thank you, Mary Kate. Living in a big city has its pros and cons. When most people hear about the city of Flint, they automatically jump to the negatives, such as a high crime rate or lack of income in some of the neighborhoods. While the cons may override the pros, this city is not all full of things that would inhibit students, rather good things that promote. I'm talking about the variety of resources that Flint has to offer for its students. Because Flint is such a big city, there are endless opportunities for field trips to museums, local colleges, and libraries that promote education for all ages. There are museums for many different subjects, such as the Sloan Museum for Sciences, the Children's Museum for those who are old enough to learn but young enough to want to play and touch, along with the Flint Institute of Arts for those who prefer to express their education through the art form. There are plenty more, but as one could see, just by these 3 museums, schools could use these resources to promote positive education and also promote the neighborhoods and surroundings that these museums are in. The colleges that are in Flint are endless. Although they may just be branches of big universities or technical schools, the fact that these students have the option to take tours of a college is something that would be beneficial in the long run. These are just a few of the pros that Flint has to offer students in the area, but while students would be able to explore these options, the schools don't always necessarily allow that. But by that I mean schools may not have the fundings to transport the students to and from, and some schools may not even get the option for field trips at all. This could act as an inhibitor because the students aren't able to fully access the resources around them. Education is always important, no matter how big or little a city may be. Back to you, Mary Kate.
Thank you, Allyson. Now we are going to talk with Carlee Holt about the crime rate in the city of Flint. She has been a teacher in Flint for 3 years and has spent time doing research on the crime rate. Here you go, Carlee.
Thank you, Mary Kate. One thing that can affect the children of Flint, Michigan is that Flint is ranked number 1 on Business Insider's 25 most dangerous cities. The statistics are shocking. In 2011, Flint had 49 murders per 100,000 people, more than 5 times the national average, and 84 forcible rapes per 100,000 people, more than double the national average. This is inhibiting to the children of Flint because it can be very dangerous for them to walk to and from school or to just be outside in general. Children's parental guardians will probably want to keep them inside as much as they can because they feel that they would be safer this way. Keeping them inside more is promoting because they will be safer, but it is also inhibiting because they may develop less social skills and possibly get less exercise. Flint, Michigan has a program called Community Policing. Community policing is when the efforts and resources of the police, local government, and community members are all combined. This program has a positive impacts on the community, for example, reducing neighborhood crime, helping to reduce fear of crime, and enhancing the quality of life in the community. The crime rate of Flint, Michigan has an immense impact on the children and community that lives there.
Thank you, Carlee. Now we are going to speak to Sarah Cox, who has been a teacher in the Flint area for 4 years now. She has spent the last 2 years focusing on how the neighborhoods interact with each other. Take it away, Sarah.
Flint is comprised of 7 different neighborhoods within the city. Though each part is different from another in some way, they all interact with each other. Each of the 22 public schools in the Flint area base which students in the city attend their school off the zip code in which they live in. This means that some schools may be comprised of students from various neighborhoods. Having all of these different neighborhoods promotes very close relationships within neighborhoods, but also the segregation of races and social classes. It inhibits the integration of multiple cultures. The 7 neighborhoods that make up the Flint area are Carriage Town, with a population of 979, and 7% of them in nursing homes. Downtown, with a population of 1,748, 30% of that in correctional facilities. Grand Traverse Street, with a population of 867, containing the most foreigners than any other Flint neighborhood. East, with a population of 46,895, 8.2% of the kids here are in private schools. North, with a population of 93,716, and 30% who are college graduates. South, with a population of 31,449, this is a large neighborhood for southern migration, and West, with a population of 78,467, with many young people living here. These neighborhood conditions have both positive and negative effects on student learning. The dropout rates and success rates of adults surrounding the children on a daily basis can affect their performance in school. Overall, I think the biggest factor regarding neighborhoods' effect on schooling would be the family life and outside influences on the children.
Wow, that was highly interesting. But what I really want to know is how the relationships between the students and parents affect their learning. In your opinion, Carlee, what would you say?
Well, according to the graphs, you can see that there is more involvement in the workforce in Flint compared to Michigan as a whole. For the children of Flint, many of the parents work in factories and have to work at all hours of the day and night. This has an impact on students' learning because if their parents are always working, they will not have them to help them with things such as their homework. They may also have to cook their own meals and take care of siblings because no one else is around to do it. It is often hard for parents to attend conferences with the teachers because of the hours that they work. The parents cannot just take off work whenever they need to because that would put their jobs into jeopardy. Because some parents' jobs prevent them from being home a lot, it is often difficult to have the strongest relationships with their children, and because of this, students' learning is often affected.
You prove a good point, Carlee. So my final question to you guys is, why did you decide to work in the Flint School District?
Good question, Mary Kate. As 3 present educators in the Flint district, we decided to come to Flint as an internship opportunity after graduating from Michigan State University. We decided this for various reasons. Since I'm focusing on resources, I wanted to learn more about what this city had to offer its students in terms of positive education. Sarah decided on Flint because she is focusing on the neighborhood aspect of communities, and after learning that Flint had so many distinct features in this area, she was drawn to study and learn about this city. And lastly, Carlee, who is focusing on crime, was attracted to this city because it is in fact the #1 most dangerous city in America. This drew her in because she wanted to teach in the schools with students who had dealt with this statistic and wanted to get to the root of the problem. Overall, Flint has been a very exciting place to teach, and we learn more and more every day. Back to you, Mary Kate.
This can show how many things can promote and inhibit a child's learning experience in an urban school district such as Flint. Teachers such as Allyson, Carlee, and Sarah are what makes the district a good place among the city's statistics, simply because they are passionate about their job. This concludes the TE 150 Daily Report. I'm Mary Kate Sovran. Good night.